In this session, we will take the topic of grammar. This topic we are taking from the workbook from Unit 8, The Great Hero, page number 100. Here is this topic is questions and answer with did. So, before we start, we revise this tense and how do we make a negative sentence, affirmative sentence, and interrogative sentence. Let me start. Today we will start simple past tense. In this session, first simple past tense. So it's a definition. Then we will see types of sentences. Then we will see formation of the sentences and then all the examples. Let me start. So at first we will see the definition. We use simple past tense to talk about things that had happened in past at particular time. The simple past tense is used to express past habit or regular action in the past. Let me see its example. First is Hitanshi went to her native place every year. Then next sentence and next example of this statement, Satvik went to college every morning. Next, the simple past tense is used to express an action that began and ended in the end. Example is, first is Nisargi ate noodles in the morning. Then second is soldiers fought the battle of Troy. Next one is the simple tense is used to express an action that took place at some particular time in the past and is over now. Its example is Vijit applied for admission last week. Then second example is Jack submitted his application last month. Simple past tense used to narrate a story. Everyone, when I explained this story, you observed that I told this all the story in the past tense. So simple past tense used to narrate a story. Its example, once upon a time there lived a prince. Second one, Simba created a strong wind like a hurricane. By this listening this sentence, hope you remember our lesson. Next, here is we will see the formation. We will see the formation of affirmative, negative and interrogative. So first one is affirmative. Let me see it's a sentence formation. First is subject plus simple past tense form of the verb we2 and plus object. Student, if you remember that we already learned this tense before 3 and 4 our lectures. Next one is negative. So its formation is subject plus did not plus base form of the verb and the object. Next one is interrogative. So At first we will keep here did. Initially we will keep did plus subject, then base form of the verb, and then the question mark. Question mark is most important thing in interrogative sentence. Let me see more. Let me see the formation of affirmative. In affirmative sentence, in the past tense, first is subject plus simple past tense form of the verb V2 plus objects. Let me see. I, you, we, they, he, she, it. All are subject plus verb to, V2 form of the verb to. Then objects. So let me see its example. The monitor made a list of the student. So here monitor is the subject and made, it's a form of the V2. It's a form of the make, and object a list of student. Same here. Second example, they, it means subject, play, it's a V2, and object the match. They played the match. Next, in negative sentences with verb in the past tense is, what's the formation? Let me see. Subject plus did not plus base form of the verb and objects. I, you, we, they, he, she, it. It's a subject, then did not and plus the verb. The verb is base form of the verb. Here is we will not use the past verb V2 here, and the objects. Then let me see its example. They did not play match. So here is they is subject. We will keep here did not, and play is verb and match is object. Same here, second example. Alona did not contact me last week. So here is, you can see that subject Alona, did not, verb is contact, and object is last week. The interrogative is formed when we write did plus subject plus base form of the verb. Here is in interrogative, we will keep here at first did, verb did. So let me see, it's a formation. Did plus subject means I, we, they, he, she, it. Then plus base form of the verb. And then the most important thing is question mark. Let me see, it's an example. So example is, did they play the match? So here is the, did, they is subject, play, it's a base form of the verb, and the match, and main important question mark. Then did the girl deliver the packet? So here is did, and the subject is girl, and deliver is the base form of the verb, and the packet, and the question mark. Let me see. When interrogative sentence begin with question word, how, when, where, that time we will make the formation like this. Question word. Which one is question word? What, where, when, and how. Plus did, plus subject he, she, it, they, we, and the plus root form of the verb and the question mark. Let's see its example. When did she leave? Where did Anubhuti live? So here is when and where is question word, then did, and she and Anubhuti is subject and plus root form of the verb. In interrogative, we will keep the verb at the last. Let me see. It's an example of affirmative, negative, and interrogative. So number 1, he swam to shore. It's a affirmative. Then second one, he did not swim to shore. It's a negative. Then did he swim to shore? It's a interrogative. Let's see its next example. The boy gave the correct answer. In which type this sentence? It's a affirmative. Then the boy did not give the correct answer. It's a negative. Then did the boy give the correct answer? It's a interrogative. Then here is we see the example of the example of the affirmative, negative and interrogative. Here is we clear all these things. Then we will give the answer in past tense by using did and making a question, interrogative, then negative sentence and affirmative sentence. Let me see. They shouted in the class. So, did they shouted in the class? Yes, they shouted in the class, or yes, they did. Here is first is did they shout in the class? So here is at first we keep did. So we will keep here base form of the verb shout. We will not keep here shouted. Then second one is answer is yes, they. So here is question is in past tense. So we will give answer also in past tense. So yes, they shouted in the class. Next, no, they. Here is a question in past tense. No, they did not shout. Here is we will keep did. So that's why we will keep here the base form of the verb. So shout in the class. No, they didn't. So here is the didn't. It's the short form of the did not. Second one is Nita sang a song. So we will make it a interrogative sentence like this. Did Nita sing a song? So here is at first we keep did. So here sing. It's the base form of the verb. Then give answer in affirmative. Yes, she sang a song. Because here is the sang question is in past tense. So we will keep here the past form of the V2. Sang a song. Then negative sentence. No, she did not sing a song. So here is in negative sentence we will not keep here V2. We will keep here root of the verb, base form of the verb. No, she did not sing, or no, she didn't. So here is the did not is short form is didn't. Then Joy wrote a letter. So in interrogative, did Joy write a letter? And in affirmative, yes, he wrote a letter, or yes, he did. No, he did not write a letter. It's in negative sentence. Then next example, they played hockey. In interrogative, we will make here at first did. Did they play hockey? In affirmative, yes, they played hockey. And then in negative, no, they did not play hockey. Next example, I met the teacher. Did I meet the teacher? Yes, I met the teacher. It's a affirmative. Then in negative sentence, no, I did not meet the teacher. So here is we see all the example. And here is in our workbook also given us so many example for practice. So every student, before filling this all the answer by the answer sheet, you should learn all the formation of the sentence, and then you can write this all the sentence by yourself. Then check your answer by giving me this answer sheet. I will give the answer sheet on Octopad.